right, welcome to Prenatal Yoga with Liza and Doodle. There's Doodle right there. All right, so I want you to come and stand up at the top of your mat. I got 2 blocks up at the top, and this is for if you're in your late second or third trimester because it's a little lot harder to reach the floor. So bring the floor to you. That's what I always say. You're going to stand right behind the back edges of your blocks. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes for just a moment and take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax the shoulders. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now seal the lips. Blink open your eyes. I want you to just think about how you're standing. Bend your knees just a tiny little bit. Maybe take your hand to your sacrum and tuck your tailbone under a little so the pubic bone comes up towards your belly button. And then lift your heart. Make yourself a little bit taller. And then sweep your arms out and all the way up. Take a full forward fold. You'll need to open your feet as wide as your belly needs you to, depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy. Just making sure that your toes are parallel to each other. Bring your hands to your shins. You can even bend your knees and bring your belly towards your thighs as you extend the collarbones forward and then exhale, folding forward. Sit back in a chair pose and sweep your arms forward and up. And then airplane the arms and come all the way up to standing, upward facing hands pose. Inhale, full forward fold once again, exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose, using that Ujjayi breath. Sit in chair, and airplane the arms, and rise all the way up. A few more times, exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair. Airplane your arms. Rise all the way up. And one more time. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Fold forward once again. Chair. Airplane your arms. Stand all the way up. And then take another forward fold as you exhale. Half lift. You can put your hands on your blocks or the mat. Fingertips, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, plant your hands down on your mat or your blocks and walk your feet back to downward dog. Now I'm going to start with my hands, my blocks, but I'm going to move back a little further to bring my hands down onto the mat. And I want you to bend your elbows just a little bit out to the side, maybe a couple inches. And then as you do that, you can squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades closer to each other. You can feel all those muscles around your shoulder blades. Then bend both of your knees a little bit and tilt your tailbone just a little bit higher as you press your chest back towards your toes. Take a deep, deep breath here and gently hug your belly towards your baby. Then draw your elbows in towards each other, or you could think of your forearms coming towards each other a little bit more. And then straighten the backs of the legs. If you want to walk out the backs of your legs, you go right ahead. I like to hold a static stretch and just think about all the elements that go into this downward dog and starting to feel my body warming up a little bit, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. Good. And then go ahead and take your feet as wide as the mat. So your pinky toes are lined up with the outer edge of your mat. The side of your feet are parallel to the side of the mat. And bend the knees a bit so you can walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into a half lift, inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Let's go ahead and cross your arms, or you can cup the opposite elbow with each hand. Let your arms be heavy. Let your head, your neck be heavy. And breathe. See if you can push the big toe side of your foot just a little bit deeper into the mat. That will help you to internally rotate your thighs. If it feels good to sway a little bit, if you've got enough room, you can sway. Steady your breath. If you're suffering from heartburn during your pregnancy, you may not want to do this for very long, if at all. And what you can do is you can just do a half forward fold. So look at the screen and you'd be a half forward fold. Maybe you'd put your hands on blocks. Just work on stretching the hamstrings. Full forward fold. One more, breathe in and out. Let your hands float towards the mat. Start to bend your knees and walk your hands right above those kneecaps, right on top of your thighs, and begin to round your back as you rise all the way up to standing. Bring in your hands to your heart center, step outside of your mat and turn your toes out. We're going to go ahead and come into a horse pose. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Lift your heart, breathe in, and bring your right shoulder towards your left inner thigh. As you do this, you can very gently push the right thigh back and away. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to the center. And then bring your left shoulder towards your right inner thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more in. And out, back to the center. Right shoulder towards the left. Once again. Inhale back to the center. Left shoulder towards the right inner thigh. And then inhale back to the center. Come all the way up to standing, straight legs. Take your arms out to the side so they look like a couple of cactus arms or goal posts, or you're trying to show off your guns here. And then bend your knees once again. As you inhale, tuck your tailbone under, lift your heart and open the shoulders. As you exhale, imagine you're hugging a big giant tree and round your back. And then inhale, cactus those arms again. Exhale, round your back, hug that imaginary tree. Inhale, arch the back. It's just like you're doing a cat-cow, but standing. Exhale, round. Inhale. One more time. Good. Bring it back, stand all the way up. Turn your toes forward. Bring your hands all the way through your heart center as you take a full forward fold. Exhale. Start to walk your hands forward. And as you walk your hands forward, now bring your feet back onto your mat, about hip width apart. Take a nice deep breath here. I want you to hug your belly towards your baby. Round your upper back, tuck your chin towards your chest. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists and look just past the front edge of your mat. And then exhale, right back into downward facing dog. Do it again. Inhale. And exhale. Hug that belly towards the baby. Give them that support of that low back. Nice and strong. Breathe in. Lower your knees straight back down to the mat. Keep your toes curled under behind you. And come right into a cow stretch, lifting the shoulders, lifting the sit bones, letting the spine drop towards the mat. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round your back. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Cat. And cow. And cat. If at any time your wrists start to bother you, you can make fists with your hands. So you take the pressure off of your wrists. Or you can just take a little break, or you can even do the same thing on your forearms if you need to give your wrists a little bit of a break. I know that's a common issue in pregnancy. People get the symptoms of carpal tunnel just from the pregnancy, the inflammation and the swelling and the increase in blood volume. Take one more. Round that back. Good. Now take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. And I'm going to push my blocks forward a little bit. You can put your hands on your blocks. Well, maybe I'll just use the blocks. So I want you to bring your shoulders over, and you're not going to bend too far down, but you're going to come into sort of a kind of a chaturanga, but hug that belly towards the baby and then push yourself back. And then inhale. Once again, bend the elbows, push back up, round the back, hips towards the heels, chest towards the mat. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to do it just a couple times without the block so you can see what that looks like. Inhale. And they're not going very far, but you're getting a little bit of an upper body work, just a little, and stretching back. One more time. Good, and stretch all the way back. Come back up to your hands and your knees. Now move your knees under your hips. We're going to come back into downward dog again. Take a deep breath. If you want to, you can go straight up to downward dog or hug your belly towards your baby. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists. Step one foot back at a time into a plank and then up to downward dog. Nice deep breath here. We're going to lift the right leg way up high as you can. Now go ahead and open up that right hip for hydrant pose, or I like to call it the peeing dog pose because everyone knows what you're talking about. And then bring the right shoulder back down. Now hug your belly towards your baby and see if you can squeeze your Kegel muscle. Make a couple of big circles with that right knee. You'll start to feel the hip joint kind of warm up a little bit. One more time. I've done 4 circles, I think. And then I'm going to extend my right leg straight back and lower my right foot to meet my left. Lift the left leg, same thing. Other side, hydrant pose. Bring the left shoulder back down. Hug your belly towards your baby. Big circle. You can go any direction you want to go. Keep your breath steady. And one more big circle with my left hip, and then extend the left leg. Hug that belly in. Lower your left foot. Hip width apart. Come back into a plank, rounding the upper back, shoulders right over the wrist, knees right back down to the mat. We're going to do bird dog, but as you do this bird dog, take your right foot back, curl the toes under, and push the ball of your foot and your toes into the mat, and push out through the heel of that right foot. You'll feel a really good calf stretch. Hug your belly in and extend your left arm. Now lift the right leg. Breathe in. Bring your hand, your knee down and round your back. Cat stretch. Slide the left foot back, push out through the heel. Tuck the tailbone under. Extend your collarbones forward. Extend the right arm and lift the left leg. Breathe. Bring the hand and the knee down. Round the back. One more time, slow. Tuck the tailbone under after you extend the foot. Extend the collarbones forward or bring the chest through the gateway of your arms. Left arm extends, right leg lifts. Down and round your back. Last time, slow. Left foot extends, tuck the tailbone, extend the collarbones, chest forward, right arm, lift the left leg, and bring it down. Now we're going to lift the arm and the leg at the same time. Inhale, extend the right leg and the left arm. Exhale, round your back, cat stretch. Left leg, right arm, down and round. Doing this every day will make such a difference. As your baby grows, it pulls your spine forward. And you need to strengthen that lower back, your core muscles, your belly. Inhale as you extend, exhale as you come into cat stretch. You'll find that you have a lot less back pain if you do some strengthening. One more time. Right leg, left arm, inhale. Hand and knee down, round the back. Exhale, left leg, right arm. Down and round. Exhale. Open your knees nice and wide, wider than your hips. Come to your forearms for a moment. You can stay up on your hands if you want to. But I like to do some pelvic rocks here. I take advantage to just roll out my wrists. Tilting the tailbone up, tucking the tailbone under. Do 50 of these in the morning when you get up. Do 50 when you get home from work, or if you can do it in the middle of the day, great. And then do 50 more right before you go to bed. Take a deep, deep breath. This stretches and strengthens the lower back. The movement encourages your baby to go head down by about week 32, anywhere from 32 to 34 weeks. Improves circulation, takes pressure off that pelvic floor. Take another deep breath and back up to your hands and your knees. Nice deep inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Curl the toes under. You can bring your shoulders right over your wrists. Step 1 foot back at a time to come into a plank and then back up to downward dog. Sway your hips from side to side. Just imagine you're rocking your baby in the hammock of your belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide those shoulder blades down your back. Widen the shoulders away from each other. Breathe. Come into child's pose. Open your knees nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit as far back onto your heels as you're able. If your belly's very big, you might need to put a block underneath your forehead. And then just reach your arms out and relax. Breathing in and out. Last time, breathe in and out. Round your back as you slowly come up. And go ahead and have a seat on your block for a moment. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. Just to close out this short flow, right thumb closes off the right nostril. The ring finger or pinky finger closes the left. I like to use my ring finger. I'm going to rest my right elbow on the palm of my left hand and close my right nostril. Inhale left. Close the left and exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last time. Inhale left. Let your hands just float back to your knees. Let your hands rest on your knees with your palms up and adjust your receiving grace. Relax your shoulders. Sit up nice and tall. Just notice how you're feeling. Just this few minutes of movement and stretching. You can stay right where you are, or bring your hands to your heart center. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste.